Hi, Guerdy. How are you?
I'm amazing. How are you?
I'm doing good. It's been a long day.
Girl,
Yes, you look great. You look
thank
amazing.
you.
Yes, you're welcome. I'm so excited to be talking to you again about Real Housewives of Miami. This season has been so good.
Ugh,
I hope you've been seeing that everybody's like the Miami girls have come to play. Like they're just like y'all are really just bringing it this season and
well, I didn't come to play. I didn't want to come to play this game. Trust me. I
I
just got put
know.
in it in the middle of it. So yeah, I
Yes.
guess we're playing. Play
Yeah.
ball.
Don't want to, but yeah, we will definitely get into that. But I did want to start with just your time in the season. How did you like since seeing the episodes back so far, like how are you feeling of seeing a lot of the season play out?
Mhm. I'm going to use the word betrayal. There's a lot of betrayal that I feel and I'm extremely hurt by. And that's the root of everything that unfolds for me on my side of the table. You have to understand that um, the basis of this beef is it's not rooted on a cruise. The cruise experience that she decided, the story or version that she decided to tell, is 100% based on a lie. And the cruise is used, I believe, to characterize me as, oh, I make things about me. I'm selfish. You didn't check on Martin. All these facets of this cruise experience, that's a lie. What happened on that cruise? Because I had the receipts of everything that counters every allegation and description of who I really am. Um, and so for me, it's kind of like, why are you doing this? You had an amazing storyline with your beautiful adoption story. Why didn't you stick to that? Why are you bringing something that happened before season six reunion?
Wow.
Listen
Yeah.
to me, listen, yeah,
Yeah.
before season six reunion. But at season six reunion, of course, it was a non-issue because the cruise is a non-issue, and you had my back the whole time on season six reunion. We go to dinner that evening, no problem. We spend the whole hiatus of the show texting each other, checking in on each other, calling each other, and then season seven cameras pick up, and you have an issue about something that happened before season six reunion
Yeah.
that we never talked about verbally ever. It was a text conversation about the cruise issue that was had. It's black and white of what happened. And you get on a camera for season seven and says that I volunteered to get on a cruise. I didn't check on Martina to get on a cruise. I made it all about me on the cruise. And all those things, every single thing, I have proof that is complete lies. And you know it because you have a phone too where those messages are. But you say, I know that I can play in Gertie's face that way because she won't share text messages. I know I can play in her face because she's too nice. And
Mm,
then maybe in the reunion for season seven, maybe she'll bring the receipts, and at that point, I'll just say, "I'm sorry," and then she'll forgive me because she is that type of person that I can play with. These are things, throwing water, physically assaulting me, that you will never do to Larsa, never do to Marisol, never do to Alexia. Those I think I know kind of for a fact. But you said, I know I can do this to her. So I get to have one opportunity. This is after me trying to have individual lunches, dinners with each of these girls and say, guys, she's lying. Look, she's lying. And they're like, yeah, but poor Julia, she's so sweet. And it's in your head. I don't know what to tell you, but there's something that obviously Julia's there's some truth to it. And I'm like, but I can count. The system is rigged. This is how I ended up saying to myself, I'm like, okay, now I'm realizing that no one wants to believe me.
yeah.
So then once you realize the system is rigged, then you say to yourself, okay, so what game are we playing and how am I going to respond to this hunger game? I have one opportunity. I have one party. The party is not a fundraiser for cancer. It is not a cancer survivor party. It just happens to be a party that the Not magazine hosted for my Not magazine front cover, where I pick up a mic to give my testimony, which ends up having the C word in it. So now it's a party for Guerdy, but she's going to talk about her testimony, which happens to have cancer in it. So cancer testimony, they hear the C word. Uh-oh. I have two friends out of 30 people that happen to also have breast cancer and survived. And I'm like, yeah, I got two of my girlfriends here that are survivors. So now it's a cancer survivor party. And then one of my friends are like, Guerdy, I wanted to give a check to this charity, but like you have the show and a platform. I would love to get on stage and like, support your girlfriend wants to donate a check to survive her charity. Not me asking these girls to, can I get a dollar? Can I get a dollar? $1, $1. We're not doing a donation at my party. We're not asking anyone to fundraise at my party. It's a party about me and the Not Magazine launch. What you saw on screen was interesting. The zoomed in shots not showing the establishing shot of it not having one logo of cancer, one QR code to pay. It was a celebration of life party where I talked about cancer, my journey, where I happened to have two friends who are survivors. And there was a check presentation at my party because I wanted to do it at my party. It's my party. And now it's a charity cancer survivor event that Guerdy ruined to make Julia look bad. That's what they had to create for them to sleep at night for their bad behavior. And you're willing to slander my entire name and brand to make another lie to call it a cancer charity event. We're not going to play that game, and the fans are very smart. So yeah, some people bit into that rotten apple and are like, how could you have done it this at your event, at this cancer event? No one gets to tell me what to do at my party.
Right.
Okay. That's what it is. So I think that we need re-education of like, it wasn't a charity cancer event that they're trying to claim it is, but this is the narrative they want you to believe because they need a reason to not like me. So now we get one because we get to relabel her label of this party. That's where we are.
I'm so sorry that you're going through all of this, first of all, because it's just been so much, and I'm so glad that you have noticed it as well of just the what seems to be like this double standard of, like you were saying earlier, like Julia would not treat certain cast members this way. And I did want to touch on the fact that, like you said, so many of the ladies had comments about, like, why are you doing this right now? Why are you doing this at your event? Which you did say, like, this is about me owning the new me, and the new me doesn't take any mess. So I felt like that was the reason in itself. But they were so judgmental, and yet these are the same women that seemingly had nothing to say about the actual water throwing incident.
Oh, but they did, by the way, my darling. They stayed in silence when I was assaulted, but they didn't stay in silence when it was time to add on to the hazing. Okay. You saw a little bit of it where you see Larsa saying something because Julia can't handle lies because Julia creates them. She is the lie. Oh, and then, Marisol, guys, Guerdy, we're not trying to gang up on you, but you have not seen the establishing shot of what really happened that evening. It was not just Julia.
Mm.
Everyone there had verbal hazing for me. And at the reunion, I'm going to make them play the extended tape so people could see what I was dealt with, not only the physical. It was also we don't want you here. Nope, we don't want. And that's the first time that I get to actually speak to the girls. And I'm like, what's the reason again? Because none of it made sense. Yeah. And so there's a lot there. And we do get to a better place. So I don't want people to think that this entire season is going to be this, battle, because I have to move forward. You can't serve me your lies on a platter and say, please eat it. So I can give you back your lie. Thank you. That's what I did at my party. Thank you. And now for the third time, can we please start over? So you still see me give grace, but I have to first teach you how to treat me. I have to teach you how to treat me. And that's that.
And without giving away like how you got to, or and not saying like what actually happened, but how did you feel like, or how were you able to just get back? Was it because it was just like you just wanted to move forward, or do you still see some type of a friendship with Julia?
Well, you have to understand the big grace I gave is that when I sit with Julia after she throws the water at me, she apologized for one thing. She apologized for throwing the water. She never apologized for lying on me. Never. And
Hmm.
I still and I know this. I'm very smart at picking up what you're laying down. So I say, you know what? Okay, you apologizing for the water toss. Great. Okay, I'll apologize for being unhinged. Okay, moving on. We won't talk about it to the girls anymore. Packed. Yes, go. Bye. Narcissist party. No one asked you. What if you still hurt? And it's like, wait, you want to play victim at the aggression that you? Okay, so now we're gonna teach you how to treat me, and that becomes my party event. And now you're gonna know. And these all of a sudden we're clutching pearls. How dare she? How dare she? Not one. It's so unnatural to watch this scene at the wedding chaos because you're like, anyone at a party, like, okay, you, Julia, you need to go. You need to go. Security, someone's got to go. I'm being pulled physically when I haven't done anything, but you want to make it seem like I'm being held back because I'm about to swing like the angry black woman. Kiki, stop it, girl. Let's not do that. Don't betray me that bad.
Yeah.
Just a little bit, but not that bad. So I'm watching in real time what has been said behind my back that I had no idea about because what's been tech but what the texts say is not what they're doing behind my back. Two things are happening. How you doing? How the boys? Oh, amazing. And behind my back, you guys are like, yeah, she's too much. Oh, okay. I'm gonna go tell her she's extra and to just dim down her light for you guys. And it's like, what? Why would you even bring me this message? Why would you even tell a grown 47-year-old woman a message from 50 plus year old woman at this big age, you're gonna tell me to stop, be quiet, and say yes, massa? Like, what is this? What are we doing?
Yeah.
You don't get to tell me I'm too much when you're too much. You don't get to tell me I make things about you when you go to your friend's birthday party and make it about you. You don't get to throw any rocks at my glass house. You don't. You don't.
No.
And people may not like it, and it's gonna be uncomfortable, but it's gonna be what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. And what did you or what have you learned about just this whole experience of um friendship and just how it has changed so much?
That I'm willing to go through fire to get to the other side of being able to release anything that's going to make me sick. So that includes you bringing me your BS and I don't want it. I'm like, nope. So there are guardrails and that's that. And so they weren't there before, I guess. I'm stupid for letting things allow to get to this point. I blame myself for making things happen the way they had because what did I not do for them to see me so low? What did I not do?
And
And
and you're right. It's like there's no it just seems like it's just been so extreme where it's just like, did something happen? Was there other conversations happening? What was going on?
well, one thing I'll tell you that's obvious in my book that happened, okay, and maybe I'm trying to give excuses because I'm like, okay, maybe they feel this way, but they don't want to tell me. Maybe, maybe it's, last year or and the past 2 years, you've been hearing Guerdy and her cancer story, and now we don't want to hear about it anymore. Get over it.
Mhm.
Put on a wig so that we don't have to look at that because when you see bald, you see cancer, and then you see my mind. So I need you to be less extra so that we can be more comfortable. We want to be more comfortable in your presence because you bother us. Maybe that's that. But no one gets to tell me what to do. No one gets to tell me to put on a wig, not knowing that I take a pill for the next 5 years to suppress the cancer cells. Another pill because that pill makes me have hot flush flashes after my hysterectomy, and then take another pill to counter that. And no one gets to tell me because you don't know. So the more ignorant you are, the more stupid you're gonna look. And if you don't want to listen and hear about the way it is after cancer, then you will always be ignorant and you're gonna always look stupid. So what they're doing, running out of my party because they don't want to listen, la 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 la, we don't want to read, we don't want to listen, we don't want to write, they don't want to do nothing. And but then they tell Stephanie, don't you go back in there, don't you go back in there, girl, because if you go in there, you're going to listen to the truth and you better be on this side or that side. You're telling a grown woman to not go back in and listen to both sides of the story because now you're kissing Gertie's ass by just wanting to see where the truth lays. That's that tells you a lot more about them than it does about me, baby. And I'm good with that.
And it's just like, what does that even say? If it's like, if I'm going through something real about my health and that's too much for you. Like I am so sorry once again, because I think that it has just been so much that isn't warranted that's been going on with you. And I wish we had more time, but I'm out of here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Gertie. It was a
Oh wait,
pleasure.
did I talk? Did we do
No,
this?
I saw it. I
Oh.
know we didn't even get to talk
No,
about
I'll
the
go into it. Yeah,
congratulations. Yes.
and you know, and so what you'll know, and I announced it yesterday on the Watch What Happens Live with Andy, is that in this book, the from trauma to trophies and the unforeseen events that redefine me, I talk about who is this girl, where does she come from, why is she the way she is, and there's an old version. It talks about that old version of myself, and then it talks about this redef- redefined version of myself, and it's really quite interesting. And it's not a cancer book based theme, but the cancer obviously is symbolic in my shift, of course, of who I was and who I am now. So it's available for pre-order on Amazon.com, and also will be out in November later this year.
Oh, I love it. Congratulations. I love the cover. The cover is gorgeous.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, Gertie, thank you so much.
Mwah. Thank you for your
Thank you.
time. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, Elizabeth.
Thank you,
Yay. Thanks,
Rose.
Sophie.
Bye. Have a great
Bye.
rest of your day, Gertie.